This is your primetime forecast from Dr. Don's Weather. A huge thank you to our amazing partners who help make it all possible. Brandy Pike Photography, the Randolph County Commission, Inlow House Lodging, East Alabama Waste, Jimis's Weight Clinic, Jimmy Stevens Construction, Anchor Roofing, the Town of Wadley, Salem Auction House, and Bama Diesel Repair. Broadcasting from the Alpha Weather Center and powered by The Oaks, Longevity Inspections, Integrated Contractor Services, Stevens Home Furniture, N&W Locks, Venture Fence, Estate Masters, Boondocks Barbecue and Creamery, Southern Union State Community College, and the venue at 5 Points Farms. Here's Dr. Don.
Good morning, East Alabama and West Georgia. Welcome to the day after the big 249th celebration of this country on your July 4th. I hope you all survived the outdoor heat with all the family gatherings yesterday and the fireworks shows last night. And we've got the weather forecast for you for the remainder of your 4th of July weekend. This is your primetime forecast for Saturday, July 5th, 2025 on Dr. Don's Weather. Brought to you this morning as a service of the Town of Wadley. Check them out over there in southwest Randolph County on the West Bank. We appreciate Mayor Donna McKay and the entire town council for being a partner with us here on Dr. Don's Weather. Also get your ducks in a row with Dukas, Jamie Dukas, in his 20th year of serving Alabama and Georgia with Alpha Insurance. Call Jamie at 256-831-7770. Jamie Dukas for all of your insurance needs across Alabama and Georgia. Well, the big news this morning is Tropical Storm Chantal, who has gathered itself together out in the Atlantic and is now a tropical storm. This is going to be a problem for places like Myrtle Beach, South Carolina later on today. As the storm continues to move to the north, we're going to look at tropical storm conditions there in the Myrtle Beach area, potentially some severe weather, lots of rainfall. 2 to 4 inches of rain will certainly be plausible before this storm is done. So unfortunately, the second half of the 4th of July weekend is going to be pretty nasty along the South Carolina coast. The storm this morning is located at 30.9 north or 79.0 west, if you're plotting the storm, or about 150 miles south of Charleston, South Carolina, or 240 miles south-southwest of Wilmington, North Carolina. Maximum sustained winds at this hour at 40 miles per hour, so it's a minimal storm. Present movement is to the north at about 2 miles per hour, slow mover, so it is going to create a lot of rain and possibly maybe some severe weather. We're talking about some spin-off tornadoes are going to be possible from Myrtle Beach all the way up the North Carolina coast and even up into the Virginias. Places like Cherry Point, North Carolina, could be pretty stormy later on this afternoon. But the storm is lifting north and eventually northeast, so it will not have any impact on the weather across Georgia or Alabama or the northwest Florida coastal regions for those of you who are still celebrating the 4th of July. Let's talk about what's going to happen across our neck of the woods today. Folks, I told you yesterday morning, even though we did not have a chance of rain in the forecast, that you can never say never in the summertime in the South. It does occasionally happen where the forecast does not call for rain, but yet we have storms and thunderstorms in the heat of the day. That happened yesterday. We saw some big storms over around Sylacauga, Childersburg, also some big storms down around Montgomery yesterday. And up here in North Georgia, we had some pretty big thunderstorms right along the North Carolina, North Georgia border. And that is possible again today. You'll see that the Storm Prediction Center has a just general scattered thunderstorms possible across Alabama and Georgia. We're not looking at anything organized or severe, but even though the chance of rain is less than 20% today, there is still always that possibility there could be a pop-up storm in the heat of the afternoon. So be mindful of that if you're going to be outside having fun this afternoon. Make sure that you are weather aware, especially if you see the skies beginning to darken or you hear rumbles of thunder off in the distance. Be prepared for that possibility. So for today, isolated showers and storms will be possible across Alabama and Georgia. Typical hot summertime conditions. It was pretty brutal out there yesterday afternoon. Even if you had a fan going, it was still pretty humid and hot. So make sure that you stay hydrated and take frequent breaks. Get inside where you can cool off and enjoy yourself, but be mindful of the heat. Heat stress can sneak up on you before you know it. We are headed for 93 in Atlanta, GA today. We'll make it to 94 in Columbus. Valdosta will go to 91, and Athens will top out in Georgia at 93 degrees this afternoon. Current conditions from the venue at 5 Points Farms across East Alabama. We're looking at 76 degrees at this hour. It feels like 78 already, so it's already warm out there. Wind out of the north at 1, gusting to 2. Humidity at 89%. The barometric pressure at 30.15. Dew point 71. High temperature yesterday was 91 degrees on your 4th of July. At the rain gauge at 5 Points Farms, we had no rain yesterday, but again, there were some locations across East Alabama that picked up a quarter to a half inch of rain in some of those thunderstorms. Mostly sunny conditions out there at the moment. Sunrise this morning was at 5:39, and the sun sets this evening at 7:55 p.m. It is going to be another warm day. Look at this. 90 in Roanoke this afternoon. We'll do the same thing up in Lineville. Carrollton will hit 91. Alexander City, for those of you hanging out over on Lake Martin at Wind Creek, how about 92 this afternoon? We'll do 92 also in Valley and Auburn. So it will be a hot Saturday afternoon across East Alabama and West Georgia. 6-day forecast from the Alpha Weather Center. Jamie Dukas, your local Alpha agent. Mostly sunny. Notice there is no chance of rain officially in the forecast. But again, we could see a handful of thunderstorms develop this afternoon, so be mindful of that. 89 will be your high, down to 69 for your overnight low this evening. And then as we get into Sunday for closing ceremonies of the holiday weekend, it'll be partly cloudy. 20% chance of an afternoon thunderstorm. Again, it'll be warm. 90 degrees will be the high, 71 your overnight low. Monday, showers and thunderstorms at 20%, 92 the high temperature. Tuesday, isolated showers and thunderstorms, 30% likely, 91. On Wednesday, isolated thunderstorms, our next best chance of rain at 50% on Wednesday, high temperature of 90. And then on Thursday, showers and thunderstorms, 60% likely, 88 will be the high temperature on your Thursday. Southern Union State Community College Live Doppler HD radar showing Chantal out there in the Atlantic. Did kind of a loopity-loop during the overnight hours, but now expected to turn back up to the north and will make landfall along the South Carolina coast, somewhere to the east of Charleston and somewhere to the west of Myrtle Beach. Now, that's going to put Myrtle Beach on the right-hand side of the storm, which is the side you don't want to be on. That's where most of the weather will be, and there will be a threat of some strong thunderstorms, and some of those squall lines also could see some spin-up tornado activity. There is one pretty heavy squall line making landfall at the moment, and there are several more behind it. So if you're up there in that part of South Carolina, it is going to be a stormy day most of the afternoon and even into the overnight hours. We'll be looking at showers and thunderstorms, tropical downpours for Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and from about Charleston all the way up into North Carolina and Virginia. We're going to be seeing a stormy Saturday afternoon and into your Saturday evening. Now, we do not anticipate this making hurricane status. We just don't have enough time before landfall. But certainly 40, 50 mile per hour wind gust and a few tornadoes will be possible there along the northern South Carolina coast all the way up through North Carolina and Virginia. But as you can see across East Alabama and West Georgia, yeah, we've got clear, sunny skies out there this morning. It's even really nice down there on the northwest Florida coast at the moment. Do you have your What About shirts? Well, if you don't, you need to get them. Head over to the Weather Store. The link is at the top of the video on Facebook, bottom of the video on YouTube, where you can pick up a Dr. Don What About shirt. You can also get your Thunder Buddy shirt for all of you Thunder Buddies out there. Hope you've had a fantastic 4th of July so far, and I hope that it continues for you today. Good Lord willing and the creek don't rise. We'll see you back in here first thing tomorrow morning with another edition of your Primetime Forecast on Dr. Don's Weather.
That's a wrap on your primetime forecast for East Alabama and West Georgia, broadcasting from the Alpha Weather Center and powered by The Oaks, Longevity Inspections, Integrated Contractor Services, Stevens Home Furniture, N&W Locks, Venture Fence, The State Masters, Southern Union State Community College, The Venue at 5 Points Farms, and Boondocks Barbecue and Creamery. Dr. Don's Weather is proudly supported by Brandy Pike Photography, the Randolph County Commission, East Alabama Waste, Genesis Weight Clinic, Jimmy Stevens Construction, Anchor Roofing, the Town of Wadley, the Salem Auction House, and Bama Diesel Repair. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and follow us on Facebook. Share with your friends, and subscribe to Dr. Don's Weather on YouTube. We'll see you back in here tomorrow morning for another edition of your Primetime Forecast on Dr. Don's Weather.